Welcome to Coaching for Creatives with Kirsten. My name is Kirsten Call. I'm a therapist-trained life coach and a children's book author. Together, we'll get the drama out of our lives and onto the page. Let's get started. You are listening to episode 76, Letting Go. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh said, "Letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness." In our culture of clinging to things, it's so tough to let things go. Even with a very famous song called Let It Go, we have a hard time letting things go. We want to keep our homes, our material possessions, our beliefs. Humans love predictability and tradition and ritual. We love knowing the sun's going to rise and set, right? So we often cling to what we know, goals, jobs, relationships, identities. We have the persistent and mostly subconscious belief that our well-being hinges on maintaining a firm grip on the external circumstances of our lives. But the spiritual teachings of Buddhism about impermanence and Christianity's let go and let God teach us something more. True freedom comes from recognizing how impermanent and uncertain our lives are. True freedom comes from truly letting go. We spend a lot of time trying to control the uncontrollable. When we let go, we stop struggling against the natural flow of change. We make peace with the fact that nothing lasts forever. This doesn't mean we sit around and do nothing, right? Letting go allows us to engage with life more fully. Instead of clinging to our possessions and relationships and identities and things, we appreciate them for the temporary gifts they are. We pursue our goals and dreams with passion while also maintaining the wisdom to detach from the outcomes. We can love deeply without the constant fear of loss. So here's some things to let go of. Number one, material possessions. When we let go of our attachment to material things, we free ourselves from the endless cycle of wanting and then wanting more and worrying. We start to see the things we own as tools to be used and enjoyed rather than as a source of identity and status. When we let go, we develop a flexible relationship with our belongings. We practice gratitude for what we have, and we're willing to let go of what we no longer need or what no longer serves us. Regular decluttering, charitable giving, and being mindful of our consumption, all of those things help us let go, right? Okay, so number two, relationships. When we let go of control and fear in our relationships, this gives us freedom to embrace other people more authentically and more fully. Maury Schwartz from the book Tuesdays with Maury embodies this when he says, "The way you get meaning into your life is to devote yourself to loving others, devote yourself to your community around you, and devote yourself to creating something that gives you purpose and meaning." Okay, another thing to let go is your inflexibility around identity. This is number three, identity. We cling to our beliefs, opinions, roles, and self-images, and we're terrified of change and uncertainty. We build a narrative about who we are and try to maintain that narrative, even when it doesn't serve us. When we stop clinging to a fixed identity, we open ourselves to the ever-changing, flawed, and gifted, multifaceted nature of who we truly are. We become more willing to learn and to grow. So here's some ways to actually let it go, to let things go. Number one, stop trying to control the uncontrollable. Let's face it, we cannot control other people and what they think or do, no matter how hard we try. And most things are uncertain, right? Number two, notice what you are clinging to. What are you holding on to tightly? Is it possessions, a job, a relationship, a belief, a habit? What are you so attached to that losing it feels like an emergency? I feel like the answer to this is very enlightening, right? Number three, ask yourself how holding on to those things serves you. People cling to things for a reason. We have a hard time letting go of things because we're getting something out of the clinging, right? Perhaps clinging to a relationship that is over helps us feel like it's not actually over. Or clinging to a job that you don't like feels better because you're afraid of not having a job at all. Number four, imagine what letting go would look like. If you let go of the need to be the best, or if you let go of an expectation, what would that look like? How would your life change? What would be easier? What would be harder? How would you approach your daily life if you let this thing go? The power of letting go lies in our ability to liberate ourselves from the shackles of our attachments. Whether it's our material possessions, relationships, or our rigid sense of self, letting go frees us from the eternal struggle that defines the human experience. Letting go is a journey of expanding our awareness and embracing love instead of fear. So if you find yourself feeling burdened by the weight of the things you're clinging to, consider letting them go. Perhaps approach your life with an open hand rather than a clenched fist. When we let go, we make peace with impermanence and change. We open ourselves up to a profound sense of freedom, resilience, and inner peace. As the spiritual teacher Ram Dass once said, the spiritual journey is the unlearning of fear and the acceptance of love. Until next time, keep smiling. If you like what you've heard, check out my Get Yourself Unstuck program. Go to KirstenCall.com. That's KirstineCall.com and schedule a free consultation today. Coaching for Creatives is produced by Kirsten Call. Music and audio engineering by James Call.